And welcome back. The Sioux Falls School Board election, that is a week away. We're taking the time to sit down with candidates to learn more about their vision for education in the community and how they plan to address the challenges facing the school system. With us today, Brian Matson with us and figure out a little bit about your goals for this. So what are some of the biggest challenges that are facing education today, and how can the school board help address some of the issues that are most prevalent for you?
Well, a lot of the times I hear from teachers and students about bullying in schools, and being a Marine and with my business background, I'd like to hopefully integrate anti-bullying campaigns that we can curb some of that.
And the newly approved social studies standards, that was the previously highly discussed topic. The committee did approve those standards despite some concerns from educators. Do you have a take on either side of that, or how things should be, or if they are fine as they are right now?
Well, as I've read through the new social study curriculum, I am in agreement with it. Mm-hmm. I do support it, and we just need to find ways to get that implemented into the school system, the fiscal area of it, make sure that the teachers have everything they need to teach it to the students. So.
And you mentioned a bit of a background in the military and in the business background as well too. How do those attributes apply to this? How do you hope that that will best round out what you can bring to the table?
Well, with the school board, there's a lot of SEA-backed people on the school board, and I bring an aspect of non-union to that so that we can come to agreements, hopefully, with whatever issues come up.
And you kind of mentioned bullying previously. Mm-hmm. To kind of maybe piggyback off that a little bit, with some safety measures that schools can take to ensure that students have optimal safety, that they're doing everything they can to do. Is there anything that you would implement or incorporate in that regard? Definitely.
I would like to revisit the Sentinel program. I don't know if you're aware of that program. Some schools around the state have adopted that, and what it is a volunteer that comes in, and they are taught by the police academy how to handle situations involving guns, and hopefully we can mitigate any situations that possibly could happen. My daughter was born in Littleton Hospital over in Colorado 1 week after Columbine happened. Mm-hmm. And I am feel very strongly about school safety.
And looking at one of the large assets within the school, teachers, how would you ensure that they receive adequate training for what they're doing and support them to better provide the resources for the students in their learning curriculum?
Well, with our fiscal responsibilities, we need to make sure that the teachers have all the equipment that they need to educate the kids properly. I do see math and reading skills are on the low end of things. I would like to bring those back up, and hopefully maybe even get a national accommodation for it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at the Lincoln High School band, they're going to the Macy's Day Parade. They're always great. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can do that for academics. And
one of the big challenges for school boards, for a lot of organizations, balancing budgets and trying to make sure everything can allocate adequately. Gymnastics, that's been cut from next year's budget. What's your approach to ensuring that the district can fund all the resources adequately and try their best to try to incorporate as much as they can, but also be realistic about what they have to do and what their goals are to accomplish?
Well, I would definitely like to look at the cash flow better of the district and see what areas we could maybe shift funds around, and I would love to see the gymnastics program get back into the system.
And Brian, just any final thoughts about what people should know? Should they be voting for you? What would you bring to the table that they can't deny this is the guy that we want to be on our board?
Well, I bring a diverse perspective to the school board. Like I say, I'm not backed by any unions, or I'm pretty much backing myself right now. And what I'd like to see is definitely a better inclusion of all of the parents and the students and the teachers together at the table, figuring out what we need to do to make things work right.